calling because I want to ask just about the future of higher education affordability. I'm not sure if people are aware, but college enrollment is like significantly down. And part of it is because there's just fewer students, but part of it is because the students that are there are making a cost-benefit decision not to go. And maybe I'm wrong, but this to me is of economic consequence. So I'm just wondering your thoughts on if that will initiate or instigate or inspire any sort of additional legislation on making higher education more affordable.
I mean, I appreciate the call. What needs to happen, and you can look at this in the data, we need to fund state schools. We need to fund them more because they have they have basically pushed the cost of college onto the students relative to where we were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And we need to fund those state colleges. And I think the only way that can happen ultimately is from the federal government. And I think once you make there basically a free option or effectively free option in every state, you'll see private colleges dropping their tuition too, because I think a lot of people would opt for state universities. I mean, broadly speaking, state universities can be exceptional, and the more students it attracts, more students who would otherwise maybe go to a more prestigious school. But now because the prices are, or there's no cost or low cost, and I think it will create downward pressure on the rest of college tuition. But we'll see. I don't see any real indication that that's in the works anywhere. But here's the thing, and I've been thinking about this in terms of like the debt question, where you hear people, and it almost seems like some of these complaints have already gone by the wayside. I mean, it really is sort of shocking when you contemplate how little discussion there is about the student debt at this point, because the Republican Party, they can't run on it against it. But here's why student debt, as opposed to any other debt, is there is no way to give back your semester or 8 semesters, or you can't give that back. Like a car can be repossessed, a house can be repossessed, essentially. But it's also, if you believe in the concept of a free college option, then you should be for debt relief, because that's all it's doing. It's just basically saying retroactively, we realize that your college experience should be free or headed towards the free direction. So, if you are for free college, you need to be a free college option, or you believe that, that college should be more affordable, then debt relief makes total sense, because it's the first step towards there. It is acknowledging the principle that we don't want people to go into debt or excessive debt to get an education. And we should be doing, it's far more efficient to do it on the front end. We're just playing catch up by doing it on the back end. So it seems to me that getting a free college option in each area, look, if you're going to spend $600 billion in relieving debt, which you're not really spending $600 billion, because a lot of that is interest too, right? I mean, so it's it was never money that was loaned out; it was interest. You can spend that money and deploy that money in creating free college going forward.
That has to be the solution. You just have to get out ahead of what the right-wing arguments are going to be about it. And mostly what it has to do with is having less leverage over a working population, and also due to military recruitment, which is already down. And they've explicitly said as much. Looks like the military will have to find other ways to entice people to join their ranks. It's not the end of the world.